listening to
Bobby Bones.
There is a clip that went viral because they were just allowing one clap at kindergarten graduation. This is from Angelica Pueblos 1 on TikTok. Go ahead.
James Rodriguez, Aidan Limbs, Allison Martinez.
What is happening? Is that something that they planned? Like,
So,
just
yes,
to, like,
yes.
hey, so, because they always tell you at graduations, don't overdo it.
Graduations, sometimes are loud. People clap, cheer. Mostly, and people online are going, well, it's because some kids don't get as many claps. No, it's because they don't want the graduation taking 10 years. Because, Michael, clap, 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 wow, clap, 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 wow, Michael, woo. Michael does a little thing, got a little viral clip, The graduation is now 3 times longer because of that.
I
And
didn't
at the
realize
end, you
that.
do the clap for everybody.
Okay.
So yes.
I thought it was
that's
more
why.
about the whole, like, some people don't have family there, so don't make them feel bad.
I think that could probably be a minor part of it, but it's not the major part of it. The major part is they don't take 4 hours doing it. Because we would have those where it's like, hey, we'll clap for everybody at the end. Not graduations, but for anything. But it wasn't one clap, because that sounds weird. Ray, play that again.
James Rodriguez, Aidan Limbs.
It sounds like you're breaking a huddle.
Yeah.
42, red dot, ready.
Let's go.
So it sounds awkward, but you know the rules, and at the end, everybody gets a clap. And mostly it's so they can get people out of there. You don't want to sit in there because 83 other kids have really long claps. Even if yours is the longest, graduations take forever, especially that part where they're just handing it out. So, and you do hear some of the dads take advantage of it. Woo! You get a woo in there.
Throw one in there.
Nothing wrong with a woo. You can woo all day, all night. A woman claims a TSA agent told her to never put her phone directly in a bin because they're stolen on a regular basis.
The thing I'm absolutely never doing when I go through TSA, I am not putting my phone directly into one of the container or bins. I did this once. The TSA agent looked at me and said, this is the fastest way to get it stolen. Number one thing that they see stolen on a regular basis is phones, and that's because they are left out and available, and the lines can back up, and somebody could just swipe it, and you're not paying attention until you realize it's too late. Always make sure that your valuables are zipped up into your bag when they go through the scanners.
Question. If you steal a phone, okay, what are you going to get from my phone? So it must not be about information. It must be about the actual hardware then. Like, can you even reboot someone's phone if you don't know all of or any of their numbers or their face? Or like, Mike, help me out here.
I think there's a way you can factory reset it.
Without having a face or without knowing the number?
It's pretty shady, but I think it can be done.
Yeah, I feel like my phone's pretty safe because it's impossible to get into it. And the real value would be in it. But if there's a way to, they used to call it apple picking, but back in the day, what they would do is they'd grab somebody's iPhone, their Apple iPhone. It was called apple picking. But it was before there was either the touch thing on the bottom, where you put your thumb on it, typing in the code, or doing the face. So, anybody ever had their phone stolen? I actually have no fear of my phone being stolen. And I could be wrong. But I feel like my phone is the safest thing because what are you going to do with it?
That's what I
And
was
also have
thinking.
Apple Care, so I'll take it back. I'll take another one, please. I'll take a newer one. It just got stolen at the airport. Morgan?
It didn't happen to me. My friend and I were out on Broadway, and her phone got swiped right from her bag.
And did anything ever happen where it was, oh, my identity was stolen or my Venmo was into? Because cops can't even get into phones.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, but we did watch it. Like she had her Find My iPhone on, and so we watched it, and it like slowly went away from Broadway, and then it just like disappeared off the radar. So they basically wiped her phone almost immediately. Everything she had on it was then gone. So she didn't lose her identity, but she lost everything that was on that phone because they wiped it.
Criminals can wipe a phone to sell it, but there are precautions in place to make this more difficult. Methods criminals use. 1, factory reset. A common method is to perform a factory reset, which removes settings, apps, and data stored on the phone. However, this might not be completely valuable because you can't erase all data, and some may be recovered using data recovery software, overriding data. I don't know. Seems like if someone's going to steal it at the airport, they're going to be at the exact right place at the exact right time and have the exact right job and then know exactly how to do this.
I always see my bag go in and come out. Like, I don't know the opportunity when they can actually steal it because the only time I don't have my stuff is when it goes through the radar.
You know what I would steal? I would be one of the ones that would go through bags and need to do bag checks that aren't there.
checked.
I would steal from that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, okay, bags that have been checked, I'm going to go through it. That's where I'd steal from. There's some good stuff in there. I'm going to reset the stuff. Get you a nice sweater. All right. So there's that. I was just confused, but if you can factory reset it, that does make sense. Amy, over to you.
I learned a new word.
Go for it.
Bibliotherapy.
Bibliotherapy.
Ever heard of it?
What's its origin?
Oh, I don't have
The
the
Bible.
origin. Actually, no. You would think that.
I would not think of the Bible.
Biblio?
Biblio?
Oh,
If it was biblical therapy, maybe.
the co.
Biblio and then therapy. But it's like when you use a book, it can be fiction or nonfiction, but you use it to better yourself, or you use it to better understand yourself or other people,
So
have
just reading
empathy.
A self-help book?
It can even be a fiction book. Like you may resonate with, pick a book, Hunger Games, 50 Shades of Grey. What else have you
You
read?
like that one?
That's the one you picked from 50 Shades of Grey.
I know you read that.
There you go.
The Alchemist.
He
The
reads a
Alchemist.
lot.
I know. The Alchemist. Like you gain insight from a book. It's not actual therapy or what would be considered traditional therapy, but bibliotherapy is when you have some revelation about yourself or it helps you in a way, and it could be something fiction. It doesn't have to be self-help. Then that's
Yeah. The Alchemist was that.
That was bibliotherapy for you?
Sure. I think so. Yeah. It was written,
About love?
No.
No?
About chasing your what is it? Your compass?
Is that the one I have?
No, you have.
You have 4 agreements.
No, you haven't got me that one yet. I'm waiting on that to read.
Oh, somebody else gave you the
A
Alchemist.
listener sent it to me.
Yeah. Your personal legend, I think is what it's called.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah.
I just know that when a guy was trying to woo my niece last year, he sent her like a line from The Alchemist, so that's why I thought love.
No, love. But love can be your personal legend, but it's really not about love.
Cool.
But it is a fiction book, but with
But it resonated with you.
no
to where
with
you-
with intention for non-fictional purposes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's with the castle in the front of it?
Let me see.
Is that part of it?
Well, you read it on a Kindle probably, right?
I read it on an iPad.
Or whatever. Yeah.
And the castle probably represents the city that he's trying to get to.
Above the clouds?
Just read the book, dude.
How long you had that, dude?
I've had this for a couple months.
And you carry it around with you every day?
Yeah, it's in
No. If Eddie
Why?
reads that book, absolutely not. I'm not allowing him to read that book until he
Why?
reads the book for his son.
I gave him the 4 agreements. It's
that's
10
true.
pages long.
No. Amy's got a point though.
No. But I said you won't ever read that Sun book because you're like, I'm not. I said, did I give you a smaller book to read that you could pull something from it that would give you the confidence to chase a book a little bigger than that, which is the therapy book that you were told to read that you won't
Ooh.
read.
Correct.
Guess
but
what
I
his
lost
therapist
that.
was assigning to him? Some bibliotherapy.
No, that's just straight like therapy. Therapist therapy.
But if it's a
Yeah.
book, no, if you're using the book as a tool you can even tell your therapist to be like, I know that you assigned me the bibliotherapy, but I haven't read it yet.
He's gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Okay.
Right.
Lunchbox, what do you have?
New word.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, I don't know if they're married. They're getting married.
They're not married yet.
Okay. Well, they had a pre-party this weekend on the yacht, and they are normal people. I love to see it. They had a foam party. Did you see it? The pictures of them on the yacht, and there's foam everywhere. A big old foam party. That is what I'm talking about.
They get married tomorrow or the next day or the next day.
How do they get married in the middle of the week? People don't have jobs?
Not their friends.
Dude, jobs,
It was a
come on.
joke.
Oh.
And they've like flew everybody out and like
Yeah.
yachting it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, but the foam party.
I went to phone parties back in the day at
That's
Joe's,
what I'm
Joe's
saying.
Big Bamboo.
Is that college?
Yeah. Right after college, I was 22. Joe's Big Bamboo in Little Rock.
Paradox, dude. They had great foam parties in Austin. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're never too old for a foam party, and I love that they're bringing it back. The foam party gets a bad rap.
They're
It is
so
a great
disgusting. But for whatever
They are
reason,
disgusting now, but I would grind on everybody. Sometimes I didn't know it was a dude. You're just in there grinding. It's just foam, and you're like, oh.
And then
Hey, did you ever go to a foam party?
never.
Oh, wow.
I never went to a phone party.
dude.
Yeah,
I feel like we need to have a phone party just for Eddie.
Well, I know like a lot of the fraternities and sororities had them, and I
Yeah.
wasn't part of that, so I never got invited to those.
We didn't have them at. Well, I didn't do anything at college, but yeah, Joe's Big Bamboo had them. So we drive up to Joe's Big Bamboo in Little Rock. They have a funny name for a club, Joe's Big Bamboo. Yeah. They're just like us. Celebrities are like us.
That's
Lunchbox.
right.
Morgan.
Okay, so I've been watching this whole dramatic rescue. Have you guys seen anything about this woman who is hiking in Indonesia and she fell in an active volcano.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, was she taking a picture or did she just slip and fall
Just slipped and fell in, and they've tried. So she's still there, like she's alive and she's sitting in there. It's like one of those dormant but active volcanoes, where it's like not actively going, but it could. And they've tried to rescue her like 3 different times because.
So is she just down there like a well in a well? So
Kind of.
There's no hot lava.
She's in the crater of the volcano.
Whoa.
So no hot lava, but at any time it could.
Yes.
But she's deep. So imagining a well.
Yep.
And they can't get to her?
So the first time they tried, so they took a drone, spotted her, and when the rescue team tried to go in, the fog lifted and they couldn't really see her. And so then they attempted again, and it was another weather problem and couldn't get to her. So they still see her, and she's kind of moving around because obviously this crater keeps kind of shifting. So she's still in there, and they have yet to be able to actually go in to rescue her yet.
I'm looking at her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I see the drone footage. Can they fly over and drop food in there?
It hasn't said that they have, but the family's really mad because people are still hiking on this trail that she's in.
Yeah, they can see her. There's a lot of people that are looking down and she's down there. So surely they can chunk food and supplies down there to her.
Yeah, and I don't know with a crater if there's so much movement that it will get to her. I don't know, but
What gets to her?
if the food will, if they send it down, will it just kind of I don't
they
know if
can
it's kind
drone
of
over
a
her.
sinkhole.
They can drone over the top of her and drop food, I would assume.
I would think, but the family who's posting on social media about it hasn't said anything that's happened.
But is she? I mean, I'm crazy. She can't just climb up the side.
It's not quicksand. But
Because I've seen
it's
But
like
it moves.
collapse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw the picture of her and I was like, oh, why didn't? If they have all these people that are helping her rescue, she can't just walk up the side. But there has to be a better
obviously
way.
not.
They have to be able to get her out, right? There has to be some way.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all permitting the weather, and obviously you're on the top of a mountain, so weather changes all the time. So that's probably
And how does
why
she
it's
fall
been so
all
hard.
the way down?
Okay,
I
well,
need to read some more of this. A massive rescue operation is underway after a hiker tumbled from a cliff next to the crater of an active Indonesian volcano. Brazilian tourist Juliana Marins, 26, was hiking with a group when she disappeared at 6 a.m. local time. She fell off a cliff surrounding a trail and plummeted next to a volcano's crater.
so the 6:30 a.m. it was before sunrise, so visibility was not great, and they had little lanterns, but even then the conditions to see, and then the terrain was really slippery. So it kind of sucks for her that our first go-to is she's probably trying to take a selfie. And when really, I think this is just a...
But also, if you're going to go hike around, make sure it's daylight. If it's a place you don't know.
Well, but they
There's
were
a-
leading a hike.
There's a lot of... it's a national park, and I'm guessing you try and hit the summit to see the sunrise.
Yeah.
Would be my guess is that she was attempting to do.
I don't.
Yeah, no way.
I want to sleep. I want to
And
sleep
it
in.
does
If I'm
say-
hiking, I'm on vacation, so I want to sleep in.
It does say on the family's account that she hasn't had food or water or warm clothes for 3 days.
They're flying things over the top of her. Why can they not drop things down?
Speaking of Hunger Games.
Like a rope.
Rescue teams were less than halfway to the hiker when they were forced to retreat. The account chronicling her, just dancing and traveling all through the country. She's just chilling, in her clothes.
And she may be hurt, so maybe that's why she can't move.
But why can't they drop food down?
That's a great question. I don't know about that.
Because they have pictures right over the top of her.
Yeah, you could drop a watermelon right
And
now.
there's a race too for time, right? Because
Maybe
that
she
volcano
has
could
food
blow.
in her bag.
While Julianne is needing help, we don't know the state of her health. She has no water, food, or warm
Oh,
clothes.
just kidding.
Comments have flooded drone videos and posts. We are very grateful for your help. And there's all these people flying drones up there, rescue crew. Yeah, it's crazy. Huh. You think they just get her. I'm sure there's so much that we don't know, and they're not even putting in this story.
Mm.
But imagine you're just sitting there and you're in an active volcano crater.
Oh, she'll be mentally screwed for the rest of her life.
I don't
Why?
know.
Not if they save her. She's not like in a real volcano. It ain't active.
Plus, if she saved, it'd be a good story to tell.
She gets a book deal.
Yeah, book deal.
It's not like her arm is stuck in a boulder and she's going to have to saw it off. And
You guys act like anybody that's in anything hard gets a book deal.
Oh yeah, that's a great story. I fell in the volcano. That's the
But
title.
the volcano wasn't live. You basically slipped down a cliff.
No, didn't you say it's an active volcano?
Yeah, that's all you got to say, and people
But
think it's live.
there's no lava.
Right now.
Right, but if the volcano starts to erupt and they save her just in time, that's interesting for a book deal. Otherwise, you fell down a cliff and we.
No.
if
that
she's
happens,
got
it's
a
a
good
movie deal.
story to share.
If they rescue her
We
and
won't
in
think
time,
they'll rescue her, but we won't think about this the second time once she's up.
You're right.
You're right about that. That's accurate.
See a picture of her in a bikini?
No,
Go back.
Hiker trapped 3 days. That sucks for her,
bad.
though.
Eddie, check it out.
no, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Eddie, what do you have?
Yeah, this is kind of up Amy's alley, and please stop me if you've heard this story before. But
Now you will be stopped because you're already on the wheel.
no, I know, but it's in case I do it again.
Yeah.
Just heads up.
No, we will let you finish, and then we will double your punishment.
So you know how people count their steps, 10,000 steps a day, whatever that's they're trying to do. There's a new trend called Japanese walking trend. Amy, have you heard of this?
Tell me more.
So instead of doing like 10,000 steps all day, you only do 30-minute workout. 3 minutes, fast-paced walking. 3 minutes, slow-paced walking. You do that for 30 minutes, and it's the same as trying to get 10,000 steps a day. It's like half. I mean, dude, 30 minutes.
Like cardiovascularly?
Yeah, they say it's more sustainable too for like the workout. You're not looking at your watch all day being like, oh, I need to walk in circles. It's just a 30-minute workout.
Yeah, I had to stop trying to get 10,000 steps like years ago because I got too obsessed with it, and I would it'd be bedtime, and I'd be like, shoot, I'm at 9,822, so I'd be marching by my bed before I'd let myself lay down, and I'm like, no more. I give up this life.
I mean, Morgan was walking the hallways here.
I feel like that's just like an exercise.
It's called the Japanese walking trend.
But I mean, it's just like...
And it says it's the same exercise as 10,000 steps. So don't waste your whole day trying to do that. Just do 30 minutes.
But you got to do 3 minutes of
3 minutes, high intensity.
high intense walking.
Yeah,
It
walking.
sounds like a workout. Just like you're doing a workout.
Yeah.
It's like intervals.
But that's what he said. He said it's a new workout instead of people that are like wasting their whole day trying to get 10,000 steps. They could take
Correct.
30 minutes, get it done with, and then just live your life.
I know, but the 10,000
Most people who try to get
steps-
10,000 steps are also exercising in the middle of the day. You're not just going to get those by living a normal day.
And if you have a very sedentary job, it's really difficult to get 10,000 steps. So I do think it's important to move your body, but there's even research now that's like sometimes like, does it have to be 10,000? Like, where did that number
Yeah.
really come
Everybody's
from?
body's so different.
Everybody's
though, yeah.
yes, exactly. So different. I did see though, when it comes to anxiety, that at least getting, or obviously there's different levels of anxiety. So take this for what it's worth. But like, if you can at least get 4,000 steps a day, it'll significantly help whatever's happening with your brain. To maybe push some of that aside if it's a mild.
I went on a hike
case.
this weekend. It's been so rainy that it's basically all mud, even though it had been dry for a couple days.
Oh, you went in the trails?
Where'd you go to the lake?
Nice.
I saw a lake behind you.
Well, we went to the trails.
There's a
lake, but we
Yeah.
didn't go to the lake. We went to the trails where there was a lake instead of the lake where there was a trail.
Okay. I just saw the picture of you by the lake. It's like, look nice. Look peaceful.
Well, the picture was
Was it
when it
hot?
doesn't rain for one day, because it's rained every day. And
Was it hot? I feel like it was so
but
hot this
it was
weekend.
93.
I was like, look at Bobby hiking in the hot.
Well, it wasn't my choice to go hiking. It was my wife's. I think hiking is stupid if there's a trail. I would rather hike like harsh. I want to go on like volcanoes and stuff.
Okay.
No, but I would rather go places I don't know, like real hiking.
Like exploring.
Yeah, where the trail.
People don't do that. Do people do real hiking where they just say woods? I'm going to go up that
Yes,
mountain,
I-
not
Yes.
follow a trail.
That's literally the only hikes I've enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed my wife because we're talking, but like as far as like an exercise hike, like I've done like real mountains, and you go hiking. There aren't trails.
But I bet that hike was good for your brain.
My brain's all right anyway. It's fair.
Oh.
I'm now wearing an Oura ring again. I had my first life season with it, and my wife's like, "You need to wear it again so we can," because I'm really cracking down on all these factors that are affecting my sleep, and so now I'm obsessed with that. It's my new obsession.
Well, by the way, I wasn't saying there's anything wrong with your brain. I was referring to
No,
like
you
your
were.
sleep and anxiety.
No, you were referring to my brain.
well,
okay.
yeah, because I think you just asked me the other day for the brain.
Oh, I set my
doctor.
appointment. I got my
Okay,
appointment. I'm going
So
Wednesday.
that's what I meant by your brain. I wasn't trying to say like
I'm
you're.
going Wednesday. You make fun of
Wednesday,
me.
that's quick.
Yeah.
But isn't
thought it'd be 8
that
months.
isn't that acupuncture day? Or you're gonna be busy.
No.
I can do both. I go Wednesday. You have to go 4 weeks in a row, and then the 5th week you have to wait a week, and then go. Yeah, it's 5 appointments.
Okay. Yeah.
And I called and asked me a lot of questions.
Oh boy.
Yeah. They
Like
need
what?
that info.
Like,
How are you feeling?
Riddles.
No, typical intake
No, it was
questions.
riddles.
like-
what's your favorite TV show right now?
It was it was riddles. Little Boy Blue.
Okay.
Oh.
Girl from Nantucket.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Thank you. That your story kind of sucked, Eddie.
Well,
What?
that's
No,
scary.
I like
Thank
the
you.
Japanese walking trend.
And-
I'm
and-
intrigued.
That's called just exercising.
And I did say this is more up Amy's alley. So it's kind of for Amy.
I think when you
So you're saying Amy's stories usually suck?
No.
isn't it when you
Hers are more wellness and fitness related.
Yeah.
Except for today's, hers was about a bibliography.
Don't worry though, I got you covered.
bibliotherapy.
Yeah.
Which, if that woman writes a book from the volcano, it could be bibliotherapy for some people.
For sure.
Also, one thing, isn't it called when you run walk? Isn't that called fart licking?
Oh, boy.
Fact check me, please.
Fart licking?
Fart licking. Lecking.
I would just call it doing intervals.
Fart licking.
But that's run walk.
But it has a
That's
name.
walk.
This is walk. Fast, slow. Fast, slow.
It's a form of interval training that involves, it's Swedish, that involves faster and slower running speeds. So it's not walking, it's fast running, slow running.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just popped in my head when Eddie said Japanese.
And you went to Swedish. 'Cause,
It's all over there.
yeah, you guys are, no.
It's all across the pond.
We like to try the foreign walking trends.
Different sides of the pond. One to be going across the Atlantic, one to be going across the Pacific.
Yeah.
Let's do voicemails. Number 1, go.
Maybe Eddie should not get a second free space on the Wheel of Punishment because the week before last, he also was not paying attention. So this is 2 weeks in a row now where he has not paid attention. Love the show. Bye.
Appreciate the
Love the
voicemail.
show.
What I would say to that is I think Eddie and Morgan get a half pass because they both have jobs they're doing during content when we're talking. Morgan's sending messages on social media or editing something, and Eddie's running cameras.
I should do better, though.
Yeah. There are times where I'm like, that's just bullcrap. You should have paid attention.
Yeah.
So you do get a half a coupon on that one. You can turn it in anytime, redeemable only in the 48 continental United States. But you are just getting, as of right now, you'll get the 2 wheel spots. We'll do them tomorrow, I think.
Love it.
Or maybe the next day, but we'll spin the wheel. Let's go number 2.
Hey, I have a morning corny for Amy. Where do you take someone that's been injured in a peekaboo accident? The ICU.
Boom.
Have a good day.
That's a good one. All right, next up, this is Lois in Ohio.
In regards to the Karen Reed trial, if anybody watched Dateline over the weekend about the entire case, it was clear that she was framed. I agree with you, completely innocent. Thanks.
There you go. I did not watch that. I've seen a lot, and I'm kind of a little exhausted of it now.
Yeah.
I did watch a clip of her taking her trash out, though. Did you guys see that
Just
one?
like a normal person?
You see that one?
Mm-mm.
They were like, Karen Reed's back to normal. And I was like, we're doing what? What am I not getting here? And literally, it was just her taking her trash out. I thought I was missing something. Like she was like committing a crime, and ooh, she fooled us. Nope. Just taking her trash out. Here is Julia in Dallas.
Just got to tell you, I disagree with Lunchbox on almost everything except his taste in TV shows. Calling from Accounts, What We Do in the Shadows, all the shows he recommends are fantastic. Love y'all. Bye.
Lunchbox, a little love for you there.
Thank you. I do have good TV shows I'll tell you about.
And then, but a lot of times you tell people about them after one of us have watched them and you review them like 3 months later going, you've never heard of the show. And we're like, literally, Eddie already reviewed that show.
Oh, well, Calling from Accounts I did bring to you, and What They Do in the Shadows. Hilarious.
Never saw that one.
Yeah, but what's weird is Morgan, she doesn't think Calling from Accounts is funny.
It's definitely Australian humor.
It is. She doesn't, I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be Australia. That's just humor. That's awkward, uncomfortable, like The Office humor.
Some people don't like awkward, uncomfortable humor.
She's like, I tried to watch it, and it's just not good. And I'm like, oh, you have no sense of humor.
Lunchbox, you realize people are different.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
okay that
really.
they don't like the same things you like, and it doesn't make them less intelligent or less of a person.
Seriously.
I don't know. If you don't like Calling from Accounts, it's really like you're a...
You should just die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
You're
All
a
right, one
stick in
more.
the mud.
Next up.
Hey, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm pretty sure the reason Amy takes up for Lunchbox so much is because she's worried about retaliation from some of his followers or something. It's just my thoughts.
Yeah, there's definitely that. And once I said that last week that I had heard from inside sources that Amy was told by corporate to stick up for Lunchbox, lots of listeners jumped in on that, agreeing.
Huh? You were really told by corporate?
Let's just no. I was told that I can't reveal my sources.
Okay.
Because if you were my source, I would never reveal you.
Thank you.
True or false?
True.
Boom. Ray saw a hoghead in a what kind of store? 'Cause I saw you tweet that or Instagram story that.
Yeah, so it was a consignment store, and apparently the hoghead isn't for sale, but I hit the guy up and I said, hey, if you were to put a price tag on it, what do you want for the Razorback head that was part of, like, you know, how the decorations for their little shop where they sold T-shirts and hats and stuff. And he said he'd sell it.
Oh, I thought he wouldn't sell it.
No, he'll sell it.
How much?
$250.
Okay.
And I just let him know, and he'll put it to the side. And I can snag it for you, too.
How did my wife know I wanted that?
Because I posted it. I said, Bones, do you want this Razorback head?
Oh, she replied to you?
And she just responded, no.
Got it.
Oh, there you go.
No.
All right.
You gonna get it?
I guess the answer is no. Where am I going to put it? I can't even put the Mirrorball trophy in the house. That's got to stay out of the studio.
You can put it here. You can do anything here.
Yeah, I kind of like this place to be universally tidy.
Okay.
All right. I think that's it. We have a lot to do today outside of the show. I have a lot to do today outside the show. So for today, that's it. Thanks to Elizabeth Nichols, who was on the show today. We played that interview a few minutes ago. Otherwise, we're done. You guys all good?
Did you have something about a pool?
Oh, yeah. Dang. Well, sometimes I just think, good call, Morgan. Somebody pooped in the pool. Eddie went to the Y.
Oh, yeah. They didn't do it just once
Sometimes
either.
I get to the point where I don't want to talk about poop for some
Yeah.
reason, but I'm okay. You're right, Morgan. Good point, because I did put that in the tease. Eddie, what happened at the pool?
Well, we took the kids to the pool. It was the Y, and it was jam-packed. Great summer day, hot, so everyone's in the pool. Then the lifeguards blow the whistle. Everyone out. Well, what's happened? Somebody pooped in the pool. They're with a net, like trying to get it.
No.
Dude, it's terrible. And then so I'm like, all right, let's go. The pool's like closing. And my wife's like, oh, no. Usually they just get the poop out and then you got to wait. They clean it and then you go back in. I'm like, what?
They have to drain it?
No, they shock it with chemicals. And I'm like, they're going back in. So sure enough, after like an hour and a half, they go back in. Dude, it's not even like 30, 45 minutes later. Blow the whistle. More poop in the pool. I'm like, that's
Same kid?
I don't know.
And do you get banned once you poop once for the day? Like, you can't be in the...
Yeah, I mean, first round, I'm calling it a day.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
if you tell me there's that in the pool, I don't want to go back in. I don't care if you threw chemicals in there.
Yeah. Maybe they don't tell everybody. People get there during the shock. Yeah, we're just shocking the pool. Get cleaning the pool, doing a little cleaning.
Maybe. Dude, the worst is the net, though, when they're trying to, like...
I don't want to see it. See, right now, I don't even like that. That's why I didn't go to it. Like I wasn't really feeling a poop story right then.
Yeah.
Some days I'm in more of a mood for it. Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah.